Alrighty, good morning. It's still morning by about 10 minutes, so that is awesome. We're getting back into Fortress Craft, and I've been doing a little bit of offline sort of stuff. So got a bunch more ore going in here. You can see I've got 81 copper bars and about 26, 28 of each of these. I also went over to Mr. Iron, and I dug that guy out completely. So now he is a beautiful 3x3 hole. And it took quite a lot of faffing around because it is quite a big hole. There it is. You can see that guy goes down quite a bit. But I dug all of that out, which is excellent. And yes, ran out of power quite a few times as well, but it's all good. I didn't die to my death and I didn't freeze to death, which is fine. I just realized I was gonna restart the game to get rid of those annoying messages, but I forgot to. So they're up in the top right. So let me just do that. Alrighty, jumping back into it. Got rid of those error messages that were there. They might come back up again. Sometimes they do come back and they just refuse to go away. What did I just do? I feel like I just did something. Did I just destroy that chest? Or I feel like I clicked on something that I wasn't supposed to. Yes, I did just destroy that chest. That is not a good thing to be doing. Alright. Got to be careful with the good old right click mouse button because apparently sometimes bad things can happen. And yeah, such a pain in the ass getting out of that thing with the grappling hook because it never gets you completely out in one go. So you've got to like start falling and then put a grappling hook there, and it's all about momentum. So if you're falling down when you do the grappling hook, you shoot super high, but if you're standing still when you do the grappling hook, then you basically go up to where you hit the grappling hook and you don't go anywhere higher. So maybe physically it makes sense in terms of physics, but in terms of, you know, this is awesome, not so much. So anyway, let's buy some stuff. Suit power pack needs lithium bars. Up yours with a rubber hose. Let's go to solar cell. We'll get one of those. So S. This is good for me. It means solar efficiency 200%. So it means I recharge faster when I'm not in a cave. Precisely when I don't need to recharge. Because usually if I'm just out and walking about, I don't care. GPS tool is cool. This gives me GPS coordinates on the top left of the screen. I can do that now. I can do tilde and then type in coords 0013. So that's X, Y, and Z, and Y is actually your vertical height. So if I move down here, and I do that again, to -513. So it says I'm in height -5, which is what my normal screen says as well, -5 meters. Anyway, so what we're going to be doing this episode is we're going to be automating some stuff. So we need to build, I don't think we really care about Arthur. Some of this stuff is nice for him. 8 times more, this is actually really nice for him because he recharges us. So if we give him more charge, then that means he has more charge. I think we can put it in suit upgrades as well. I'm not sure. Doesn't seem to affect his bar. I would have thought if you took it off. The only easy way to test this is to actually use I could have sworn we had a storage hopper. There it is. So we do this, put that in there. So now, if we go to inventory, it doesn't, so this is his power bar, this green thing down here. So I would have assumed if we take the thing away, that he would not have as much power. Which would have been a good test to see whether or not I can actually put his stuff in my suit upgrades panel and it doesn't affect it. But it seems to affect him even when it's in a even when it's in a chest. So God knows what's going on. It's telling me to fit motors to ore extractors. That just means they work faster. It doesn't mean they're more efficient. Think of the extractors as the speed modules, the drill motors as the speed modules, and the cutter heads as the productivity modules. So these guys Yeah, they're somewhat important. These guys are extremely important, but it takes a lot more to actually get those out. So, what do we have here that we care about? Turrets might be helpful at some point. Threat scanner, why not? Slime attractor, why not? 3-in-1 zipper merge, that's crap. Unless you're doing research. I think it's good for research. Did that. Iron gears and servo motors we kind of need, but not now. I don't think we're at that point. Laboratory components. All of this crap. We don't really need Project Spiderbot. And then these are actually laboratories. We might as well do a threat scanner, because I feel like we're on normal difficulty now, so it's not a bad idea to have a threat scanner. Although I still don't know how to read the damn thing. You know what? We're not wasting anything on threat scanners when we're still trying to get this stuff done. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's just get an even split of that stuff. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. I got sticky keys, don't I? X. Alright, first thing we're going to do actually, before we do anything else, let's get a couple more of these. So you go like that, right there. And then you, sir, need to give me a conveyor belt. Alright. Turn around, and now we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that'll give us a bit more storage room or cache room or whatever you call it. I think it needs 2 iron ore per bar for all of these guys, so a 2-for-1 ratio makes a lot of sense for us. So we should be able to fully fill this guy up based off these 2 chests being full, which they are pretty much. And we need kind of an even mix of everything. So we're going to need a lot more conveyor belts. So tin, there's a decent amount of tin in there. It's going to take forever. What we also need to get is we need to get forced induction. So what this does is put it on top of a regular smelter to increase speed by 200%. Power goes up, but the power hub, you know, it's got power, so it's fine. So, yes, we need to do that. We need 20 tin to do that. And I have a feeling we need tin for the conveyor belts as well. We do. So we are kind of boned in every direction. I did say we were going to wait until we had a ton of resources. I thought 26 was a ton. Looking back, I'm not so sure that 26 could be realistically considered to be a ton. So, let's just go around. Let's just do some miscellaneous stuff. Let's just pick up some ore. I don't really want to skip and stim and all that sort of stuff. We put some power into you, sir. We could go around and we could look for lithium, but I feel like that's kind of a long pole in the tent, even though I don't know what long pole in the tent means. Tin. We might have to do some stuff here to make sure that tin is a higher priority than the other 2. Okay, so take everything out. Take everything out. 50 tin in there. I said take everything out. Alright. There we go. So we're adjusting the priority a little bit. When we're idle, when we're off searching, we'll put all 3 of them in there. But for now, we just need us some tin. And my cough's starting to come back again. So what can we do without tin? Basic drills. No, you guys need tin. Slime attractor. That doesn't need tin. Although the components to make it probably need tin. Yeah. Let's just concentrate on the conveyor belts. And we'll also need some chests. Let's concentrate on these basic ore smelters. So we need tin plate, basic PCBs. We were going to do forced induction, wouldn't we? 20. Tell me when you have 20 of these guys. Let's start looking at a bit of basic ore smelters anyway. So we need tin plate and basic PCBs. So the basic deal is you have a stamper plate. The stamper plate, you chuck a bar in it, it stamps it, and it gives you a plate. And then the PCB is a lot more complicated. So you get the extrusion plant, you give it a bar, it turns it into a wire. The coiler turns a wire into a coil, and the PCB turns a coil into a PCB. And yeah, basically you end up with these 3 machines all in a row with a chest on either end, and it converts a bar into a PCB. And then you got pipe extrusion, which creates pipes, which I've never used. So it takes charged PCBs, which I think is like lithium. So yeah, this is a more advanced thing, but I've never used it, even when I had tons of lithium. So come on, we want to get this guy going. Forced induction, 6 more. All right. Let's just talk about a little bit of the planning of how we're going to do this. So basically, this guy up here gets, you can put these little things, these conveyor belts going up the wall, and gravity just doesn't seem to affect them. I don't know if you can do them on ceilings, but you can definitely do them up the wall. And then we're going to feed it over to here into a chest. Then we're going to have an ore smelter here, and then we are going to have a whatchamacallit, another chest here, which stores the finished bars. And we're going to have that for all 3 of these guys, and it is going to be beautiful. And yeah. So, the thing is, the ore smelters need power. So maybe we can start looking at power right now. Okay. We don't have conveyor belts that we can actually put in different places yet, because we haven't been able to build them yet. 19. Give me 1 more. Alrighty, 1 more. There we go. Forced induction. Now we put the forced induction on there. This guy has now doubled his speed. Yes, I'm pretty sure that doubles it. Does it add 200% or does it increase speed by 200%? So maybe that's tripled it. Okay. I'm feeling pretty happy about that. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like we need a lot more tin than the other bits. So anyway, let's just get that going. And now we should be getting a little bit more tin going, and it should be a little bit better. So anyway, what we were saying is we need to have power approximately here. Yeah, I feel like that's a good place. Now we're going to run out of these power storage blocks very quickly, because we only got 2 more, and yeah, they are hard to make. So what we can do as a temporary solution is, well, a temporary solution is kind of crap. So basically we can use these laser power transmitters to transmit from this block over to here and then over to there. And we don't necessarily need a block here. We can just laser, and then the laser shoots into another laser. And that would work. But then that guy doesn't have that much power. So what we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably end up conveying some coal under the surface over here, and then we'll have a portable power buildy thing generator, one of these guys, pyrothermic generators, and that will suck in the coal and produce power, and we'll have one of these guys for every single smelter that we have, and that will produce more than enough power for us to keep this smelter going. So we got 18 tin. Let's start making some conveyor belts, and let's start getting this stuff going. We got this one. It says ... but it actually means craft 25. I don't know why it's sometimes not there. We have these basic conveyor belts as well. They're slow as shit. We're not using them. So let's go underground here. So what we do is, how do we want to do this? Because we're going to need coal going off in this direction as well. So we put a single guy. So let's just clean some of this out so we can go down and have a better look. So that's going towards us, which is awesome. Now we may need a splitter. Now there's not really a good splitter in this game, but there is something called a turntable, which is almost like a splitter, but it's not quite. So what the turntable does is it just spins around in a circle, gets something, and then puts it out in another direction. So it kind of works as a splitter, but it's a very wacky sort of splitter. So then we go like this. And what we're actually going to do here is we're going to do like this. So you go like that, and then 8. Go like that, and then we're going to have a chest right here. So give me a couple of these storage hoppers. Of course they need tin. Freaking everything needs tin, man. I swear to God, it's just annoying me so badly. And of course we're still short. What are you smelting at the moment? Copper. Oh, God. Take all of this crap out. Take it all out. Just get tin in there, alright? Let's get tin. I think we're fine without anything except tin. Maybe. Just give me one storage hopper, please. There we go. Pyrothermic generator. Of course you need tin. Of course you do. There we go. By the time we come back, hopefully they'll have enough. So, pyrothermic, the storage hopper goes there. That'll just keep pumping coal. What we can do is, if we need another one, we can get another conveyor belt coming out into this spot and just keep on going. And you can build on top of these, so that's fine. So then what we need is we need a storage hopper here and a smelter there. And a generator right there. We don't really need a generator yet, but we're going to get one. And I just realized I'm going through all of this pain to get copper auto smelted, which is of dubious value to us because we kind of need tin smelted, but tin is a bit further away. I just want to get this done. I think in next episode, I'm really going to just build up a ton of materials. Just let these guys run for so long. So there we go. This starts charging up. This guy becomes super boss. Absolutely super boss. And then we just need some conveyor belts. So and then the conveyor belts are weird, so you got to put it on top of that, and then it goes like that. So if we wanted to go straight up again, we'd have to build a block here, like this guy, and then we aim at this bit, and then it goes vertical. But if we aim at that bit, then it goes horizontal, which is very weird. We didn't drop any ore down here, did we? Doesn't look like it. Now, of course, we need to keep this power automated, so what we'll do is we'll basically... I think we've got just enough to do it here. So what we do is we have a thing pointing down there, and then this actually works out perfectly, because we can have a thing pointing there. No. Want it to be the same texture. So this guy draws off this thing, shoots power over here, which hits this guy, and we can see he's got power 18 out of 18. He shoots it straight down there, and this power storage will now be kept full, which means this guy will mine forever. And we just need a couple of storage hoppers here and a smelter. I think that's kind of going to be our aim for the end of this episode, is just getting that stuff done. Give me some tin. There we go. Need that. And put that guy there. There we go. That's going to be a lot of copper ore now. And that's going to keep smelting tin, which is good because we need another storage hopper. And we need to get a ore smelter, which is tin plate and basic PCBs. So let's go through and start this. So first thing we need is a stamper. Stamper. And we'll build this over here. I feel like this is a nice little area to do a stamper area. Where's our stamper gone? Alright. Luckily these guys don't need electricity. We're going to put the crappy little guys in here because God knows I can't afford a ton of the big ones. I so can't afford a ton of the big ones. So. And I'm going to need another one. Tin. What are you complaining about? Copper. Alright, fine. There we go. Put some copper in there. So we put that guy there. And how many... Well, we're not going to worry about the ore smelter. We're going to worry about these other machines. Because the extrusion... Was that just a beep? Is somebody beeping me? I feel like that was one of my programs where somebody's messaging me, but I can't see it at the moment, so who knows what's going on. Maybe it was my backup software. So we need 5 copper plate and 3 tin plate. And luckily it's a 1-for-1, so what we do is do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. it was 3 tin plate, wasn't it? Oh, what are you? Construction paste. I don't know how I unlocked that, but yeah, it was only 3 tin plates. Now we need 5 copper plate. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 copper plate, 3 tin plate to build the next guy. And then we build the next guy, and then we get some wires. Now, can you build me another mini hopper? You can. 3, alrighty. So we'll build this off like that so we can see both of them at the same time. And then we'll build the wire thing, and then we'll slowly move this across as we need more elaborate things, but yeah. So, these guys are not the fastest in the world, but we've got some of the stuff we need. Let's just make sure that this continues to be working. So take some tin, take a bit of iron, take some copper, and we'll just fill this full of tin. Just absolutely chock full of tin, because having too much tin is, I don't feel like, a problem that we're ever going to be facing in this game. I'm actually out of tin ore, so how close are you? You're still running. Alright, let's go get some ore, and by the time we get back, that guy should have finished, and we can build an extrusion plant. Grab that. Power this guy up a little bit. I feel like our iron ore is fine. We're not using that much ore, so I won't bother going over to get some of that stuff. But tin, yes, we definitely need that. Are you done? Are you done? Well, let's have a look here. Extrusion plant. Copper plate, you're not done. How are you not done? You are so freaking slow. There we go, copper plate. Extrusion plant.
Crafting.
It just seems like all this stuff is just so complicated. Alright, so coil plant, 5 copper plate and 1 copper wire. So how's our copper looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 copper wire. Alright, that's fairly straightforward. Can we build another storage hopper while we're here? Because I feel like we need another storage hopper for smelting. We can. Excellent. So, that'll go there, and now we just need the ore refinery, and we are going to be all good. Here, what's this? Ore smelter. Yeah, sorry. So we need the full PCB line for this guy. Place at least 1 more conveyors. I don't know what that error message is about. It's supposed to be this. These are where you place the tutorial ones, but low storage, I don't care. As long as you're not flashing warning messages at me, I really don't care. Okay. So, you got 3 of them done. You got 1 copper wire done. So now you go here, and we put the next phase over there. You're gonna tell me that you're missing one, aren't you? You're gonna tell me that. Yeah, you're missing one. Damn, these things are slow. I could build more of them, and in the future I probably will build more of them, but when we have our lab, I usually have 3 of them in a row. So there we go. Coiler plant. Make sure we rotate them so the belt's going the right way. And now for our final PCB assembling. 5 copper plate, 1 copper coil. We're out of copper. A little bit low. Please tell me you got some copper in there. No. Take all the tin out. I keep hearing things, like there's enemies around. Ah. Bloody shift. Oh, if I do shift up and down, shift mouse wheel, that switches weapons. That's why that annoying crap keeps happening. Why are you smelting tin? I could have sworn. God damn it. Copper. Give me some frickin' copper. Right, I just need 1 more bar. There we go, thank you. Alrighty, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. We might have to set up other setups as well in the future, because we will need a single copper wire in some cases. There we go. So that was a copper wire now being coiled up. Don't tell me how you get from a coil to a PCB, because I just do not know, but apparently that's how the process works. Doesn't make any more sense than in Factorio, though. I mean, you get a chunk of iron and you get 2 chunks of copper, and somehow circuits are made. It's like, what is all the other stuff? At least Bob's makes more sense. You actually have a wooden board and you have some solder and you have some components. It makes some sort of sense. Anyway, so you are just copper. And what do we need for this guy? So we've already got the guys we need for that. And then for our first smelter, we need, this is basic PCB, is copper and tin, which I feel like we've got the components for. Come on. You got one more, don't you? You're always holding out on me. Always holding out on me with that last bit of copper plate. There we go. Now, PCB assembly. Get rid of you. And there's the full line. So, ore smelter. 6 tin, 2 copper PCBs. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So we can see this guy go all the way through the process. If we want to sit here and watch it, which I feel like we do. So there we can see the wire becomes a coil. A coil gets thrown across, and somehow that coil becomes a PCB. Don't tell me where the actual thing the PCB is on comes from, because incoming orbital debris. I don't know what the deal with orbital debris is, but it never hits me and it never destroys my factory, so I'm not sure I really care. There we go. And some resources. I would love to have a forced induction for this guy when we build him as well. That would be really nice. So what do you need? Forced induction. Tin and some copper. There we go. Well, we got all 3 of them running at the moment, which is cool. We're still waiting a little bit for that plate to come out, so let's go and get some iron ore and refuel the iron thing while we're there. I never remember where the damn thing is, though. It's always after that little hill. There we go. And recharge. The power storage. This one's going to be a little bit of a pain to get automated, but it's doable. It's absolutely 100% doable. It'll be lithium that starts to be the real pain, I feel like. Okay. Alright, what do you got for me? You got nothing. How do you have nothing? How the hell did you get turned around? Somehow you got turned around, so you weren't pointing in the correct direction. So you got 2 basic PCBs, so you did your jobs, right? It's just everything else that screwed up. So tin plate is working now. Or forced induction. 4 more copper bars. Excellent. There we go. Forced induction is on the way.
Crafting.
And now we will be ready to do basically an unlimited amount of copper ore. Or, we don't want the paint gun. Let's scan this copper ore vein. 8.3 million? What? That's an incredibly large amount to have that close to your base. I thought it would just be a crappy low one, but 8.3 million. That still means we get 830,000 ore out of it and 420,000 bars or something. That's huge. That's like stupidly huge for this early in the game. Alright, you're giving me 4. Come on, 2 more. I know you can do it. Construction paste is also something we never really messed around with in my offline game, but this game, I feel like we will start messing around with it, because you use that to build all of these things, like all of these yeah, reinforced rock, reinforced wood. You can build all of these kind of wacky blocks. I feel like there's some better wacky blocks, like better standard blocks anyway. Wooden planks require wood. Yeah. And I'll have to try and research some better looking blocks that we can use for everywhere, because what I am going to do is I'm going to do sort of a flat. Everything's going to be flat. Everything's going to be at this level where I am, 0 meters. We could dig it down if I wanted to, but I'm just going to make it flat, because if we have a look around, It's not going to be too much of a pain in the ass. It might be slightly more efficient to make it a bit lower, but then we have to dig out areas. And digging out areas is a million times harder than just building over them. Just building over them. Of course, then you have a giant flat area with, you know, holes in it. So if you dig holes, like to build this coal line underground, then suddenly you're staring into a huge pit. And it's just like, you know, that's a bit crazy, but I feel like it's still a good idea. And we can sort of fill in that area if we need to. Alrighty. So, basic ore smelter with Mr. Forced Induction. Excellent. So we're going to let this guy go through, but we're not going to put any more copper ore into this. Although I might just get rid of the 200 that I've got, to be honest. Storage. How are you guys all empty? Did I not do something here that I should have been? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. There we go. See you smelting again. Excellent, 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 excellent. And we need to do this now for tin. And I feel like tin is really important as well. So, not sure how we're going to do it. We're at the 30-minute mark. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. Whether we're just going to leave it offline and do that offline, or whether I do that as part of the next episode. Actually set tin up over here. I feel like what we'll probably do is I will make all of the necessary components offline and make sure that I have enough resources offline, and then we will build it in an episode. And that sounds to me like a really good plan, because yeah, not having enough resources and waiting in the episode for resources is just dumb. It really, really is just dumb. And we don't want to be doing that too often. So yeah, that is going to be my plan. I'll get approximately enough resources in hand to make it all work. So anyway, this has been 30 minutes. My voice is starting to go a bit funny, so I'm going to take a break now. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you guys next time.